Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a bit of news for you all. So, I'm taking a little bit of a break from putting out some content. As many of you probably know, I have a absolute myriad of medical situations, conditions, so on and so forth. And this time of the year, there's a lot going on. And as much as I love doing YouTube, I'm just finding it difficult to fit it in and still enjoy it. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from putting videos out on a regular basis. Stuff's still going to come out from time to time. I'm only expecting there to be things things to be like this for about the next 2 weeks. I have doctor's appointments and a minor surgery and just all sorts of stuff. Starting up playing with my local city band, so there's rehearsals and concerts, and my birthday's coming up. And just it's crazy. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to get to routinely getting content out there. But as you can hopefully see from this video, I'm doing a little bit of work. I'm doing some design work for BentsPlays. It's time for me to step up my game a little bit. Oh, hi, microphone stand. It just yelled at me. That was a little weird. So one of the other things hopefully is going to work. I'm going to dabble a bit in editing. I have a couple various programs to try out, and just to kind of get this down is something to work on. Something I'd like to be able to do. I'd like to be able to stitch together footage. I don't expect to be able to do anything like highlight reels or anything like that, but I guess in a ways that's kind of what it's going to be. It also means that I can hopefully do some fancier videography, I suppose. So I'm going to keep this one pretty short, just kind of an update for you guys. For those of you that are on Facebook, check out the BentsPlays Facebook page. I'll be putting updates on in there, non-video things, just little clips, maybe little previews of some of the work I'm doing with art. I do ask a favor of everyone that does see this. I know it's not the easiest picture to pick out which font you like, but it's a number of fonts I have here that I enjoy, that I'm thinking of putting for my main font for now. It's kind of hard to pick a font because obviously there's thousands and thousands of fonts out there. But I'm looking for just that right font, just that right style that represents what I do, represents me and the channel and my content. Something I can hopefully use in a whole slew of assorted content. Everything from eventually a Twitter channel, so it'll be an icon format, to something like this, which is the full video, a full 720p video, or 1080p once I get to that, or when I get to that. Either way. So, basically, what I'm looking at is, do any of these stand out? I have a couple edited ones that aren't just simple text on a simple color. That color is pretty much going to be the color of BentsPlays. At least one of the colors of BentsPlays. Something nice and simple. I've always been a fan of blue. It's a different blue than what's usually out there. I don't know. I just like it. So that's what I'm doing. So if any of those really stand out as a like or dislike, obviously I have a couple in there that I'm personally a bigger fan of, and a couple that I'm really not a fan of. Shouldn't really be too much of an issue though, but it'd be a nice little thing to see what you guys think. But I'm going to work around with a bunch of different fonts, some different designs, stuff like that. And obviously I can change things as I go. I mean, surely by the time I'm done with this, I'll go through double as many fonts and probably more colors and stuff like that. For those of you that have done any sort of design, you know how it is. So hopefully, once I get back into making things on a regular basis, things are going to be a bit higher end. I figure if I'm already doing this for fun, I might as well learn how to edit video, make it a learning experience for myself and make better quality material for all of you out there. Something I can really be proud of. I'm happy with the way things have been going, but I'm not proud of any of it. Not really. A little bit with Hand of Fate, but that's mostly just because of the voices I can try to do, which turn out to be a lot harder to do on command during a video than if I'm just, let's say, and yes, I do practice the voices outside of the videos. I kind of have to. But it's a little interesting to start out before doing every video and going, what kind of voice am I going to use today? What mood am I going to set? I guess this is a little bit of a almost behind the scenes, not really, kind of video. Hopefully I'm sounding okay. I'm recording this through my new video program, not multiples, not at least one time. So hopefully this will be decent. We'll find out. I'm going to do some editing with possibly doing some commentary after the fact for videos. Stuff like small games that I'll be playing where there's really not much going on. Or, like I've said before, where I'll have almost highlights from things such as I'm getting back into playing the Dark Souls games. Stuff where it's just like, oh, okay, like, let's do a, like, okay, I'm going to die here. Like, I'm not going to, like, talk the whole time. And I've tried recording games and having commentary, and it just doesn't work. It's really hard to do sometimes. And I'm not going to go ahead and, like, write a script. I'm not going to be that kind of YouTuber, and there's plenty of them out there that do that because they're so known for it. For those of you that follow me on Facebook, you know that I've been watching a lot of the Angry Video Game Nerd, the Angry Nintendo Nerd when he started. And I actually just watched a video this morning, and he goes through and goes, this is what we do. And, you know, he scripts everything out. He's professional, and he has the ability to do that. He has the experience and time to do that. And I'd love to get to that point. Obviously, that's not going to come instantly. So I really want to step it up. I feel like getting some creativeness out there would be extremely beneficial, both for just me and for all of you watching for this channel. So I'm going to get back to the grind and hopefully edit this video, which is going to be literally slapping this picture in of the fonts, loading this audio up, cleaning it up a little bit, maybe stuff like that, and uploading it. Nothing fancy. But I have some ideas for some stuff to work on after this. So like I said, let me know if any of these fonts or styles, or hey, what about this font with that style, or you drop shadows and colors. And the blue is staying, and I like the blue and white, but the font can always change colors. That's really about it. I'm trying to keep things pretty simple with the fonts, as you can tell. There's some I really love, but they're a little bit harder to read for some people, so I can't use them, which is fine. I'm probably going to start using them maybe in little one-off things, like depending on, let's say, an episode of Grand Theft Auto 5, I might use the various subtitles I make for some of the episodes. I might use those fonts as just that episode's title. Stuff like that. I suppose. And that's the plan. I mean, I have like all of these ideas. For those of you that go through the creative process, it's so hard to get everything in your head that you want to do out in a decent way. Like, I can't draw. I can picture everything in my head in crazy detail. I can't put it on page or on the computer worth my life. So it's just not what I do. And for you artists that can do that, that's fantastic. But you also can understand how hard it is to get what you're envisioning out there. And I feel like that's my issue right now, is I'm not getting out what I want. And I don't want to put out mediocre stuff. I've done that a few times, and I haven't regretted it. But I have not been happy with the audio levels being off in some of my videos. Granted, yes, I'm starting out. So it's somewhat acceptable, but I don't want it to be acceptable. Everything I've put out, it's been, okay, I would watch that. Like, you know, kind of. But I want you guys to want to look forward to every video I put out, as I do with my favorite YouTubers. I don't want to become your favorite YouTuber. I don't want anything like that. I would love for you guys to come across my videos, watch my videos, and share them with somebody that you think would enjoy it too, and keep that going. Right now, I'm doing YouTube because I'm playing the games already as is, and there's some people that I know that really do look forward to my videos every time I put them out, and that's what I'm doing. I'm making these videos for all of you, for those that find my somewhat sense of humor. I don't know. I don't really think of it too much as being humorous. A lot of you that are here just to listen to me talk, which I suppose this video is going to be just perfect for you all. And in those cases, that's what's keeping me doing this. Like, it's hard to get started in YouTube because you feel like you just hit a wall and like you don't know if your stuff is liked, how many people are liking it. Like, yeah, I can look at my statistics and see, oh, this many people watched on this day for this amount of time. But that doesn't mean that they like the content. It doesn't mean that they, like I always mention, well, not I always mention, I've mentioned, but a lot of YouTubers do the whole, hey, like, subscribe, share, blah, 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 blah. And that gets shoved down so many viewers' throats that I don't think it's really an applicable thing for me to do all the time. But I really understand why they do that, because it really genuinely helps to know that the content someone is creating is actually enjoyed. Now, I'm going to keep working on things no matter what. Like, I'm going to be doing this for a while, whether it's a ton of viewers or like the 20-something subscribers I have right now with, a handful of viewers that routinely watch. And that's fine. As of right now, like I said, I'm playing the games. If I can put it out there for all of you to enjoy too, that's awesome. Now, I'm going to get probably pretty ADD with that kind of stuff. Then I'll probably be jumping from game to game and a couple little different series. I have a couple long games I want to do, but I don't feel like doing them all alongside each other is a good idea. Right now, Grand Theft Auto 5, relatively long game, especially at the under half-hour episodes I'm trying to do. Hand of Fate is going to be a long game that's going to get longer as it progresses. Basically, the levels, the floors, the adventures, the quests, whatever you want to call the individual, until you get to the boss. Those, as far as I'm aware, get longer as I progress through the game. So every video is going to be a certain, there's no certain length requirement for that. I'm going to start those, play through them until they're done. And I'm going to guess that there's going to be more voice work. The more voices I have, the longer those episodes are going to be. The more I have to read, the longer those episodes are going to get. I think if I said that the episodes were going to get longer anymore, I would just make this video like 50 minutes of just blank time to be like, fun. Why not just express that a little bit more? And but I look forward to Hand of Fate, and it's going to be a project, I guess, is really what it is. It's really an experiment and a project. And it might not come out on a regular basis like I originally planned, but it will be happening no matter what. I'm thinking about doing some... Oh, this is another thing I mentioned with the Angry Video Game Nerd. I grew up on a vast majority of games that he plays and says are terrible. And a lot of them really are terrible. I grew up with an Atari. I grew up with the original Nintendo. And later a Sega Genesis. Not a Super Nintendo, sadly, but a Sega Genesis, a PlayStation, PlayStation 2, and then made the jump to Nintendo Wii, which, as many can imagine, was a little bit of a regret. But I started with all those original systems, with arcade games, handhelds, all that old stuff. And a lot of those games were fun, but a lot of them were extremely aggravating. And I don't want to be like another angry video gamer where I play the game and fail and get angry and raw and make this big deal out of it. But I personally like seeing challenging games played, especially if those challenging games are played well, or there's actually progress. Like watching a Dark Souls player get killed over and over and over and over and over It only gets to a certain point of still being entertaining, and then you're just like, no, you need to start learning from your mistakes. Move along. Like, to me, video gaming is a learning experience. It almost always should be. And I suppose maybe that's why I see it that way, is playing the original games, the original Mario games. You had to learn. You had to go, okay, that's the way this enemy moves. That's how I defeat it. And learn that and go on and on. It's not like going, hey, you have to jump on this enemy. Or, hey, you can't jump on this enemy. Kind of like a lot of games nowadays do. I love modern games, but a lot of them I feel really walk... like they hold your hand as you're walking through them. Which I suppose is why I'm such a fan of the Souls games. Because they're just kind of like, hey, here's an idea, have fun. I have a number of other very challenging games, a lot of rhythm-based games, Super Hexagon, Velocibox. Yeah, Velocibox. I almost said Velociraptor. Suppose I just have that on the brain. Velocibox, a couple other games where they're difficult. No matter who you are, they're difficult games. They're a challenge. I appreciate games such as Binding of Isaac and other games, Rogue Legacy, because they're rogue-like games. You play through, you die, you start again. Sure, you open up some new items, but you start again. That's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy doing, and that's the kind of stuff I really plan on putting out. I have a number of roguelike games specifically for the Let's Play channel here, and those are going to just kind of come up at random, I suppose. Like, if I get a really good run in Binding of Isaac, I'll probably post it. If I get, something fun that happens in a different game, I'll probably post it as side stuff. But not as any regular series, just off the bat. Also, apparently, my throat is just going, and it's like, ah. So that's fun. So I'm just going to wrap this up, but there's going to be content, but for about the next 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, there's not going to be much, if any at all. Just bear with me and keep a lookout on the Facebook page and here on YouTube. I will be keeping updates on the Facebook page, maybe possibly here on YouTube. I'm not so sure. Every once in a while, I'll try some graphics, some YouTube page customizations, stuff like that, and just kind of see how it goes. But until then, let me know if you, like I said again, if any of these fonts, styles catch your eye as good or bad, or anything like that. But for right now, I'd like to thank you all for watching very, very much. Every view really does mean a lot, because I enjoy doing this, and knowing people enjoy it is why I do it, why I enjoy doing it. So thank you all for watching and being patient with me starting this channel out, and for this almost 20-minute long recording of nothing going on but me talking while this picture's up. Maybe I'll throw in some fancy... I can't even do transitions because, well, it's only one picture. Maybe I'll have more pictures. Maybe I'll whip some things up. No, that's just... Nope. No, I'm just going to get this video out so plenty of you guys can see it. Hopefully when the summer comes around, views will get a little higher. A little bit more time for everybody. But so much for me keeping this short. I was expecting like 5 minutes, and now I'm just sitting here rambling, which is why I'm thinking this is probably going to be called Bents's Soapbox. Something along those lines. Just because it'll give you guys an idea of what's going on and what this 20-minute long video is all about. So, yeah, I think it's just about everything for now. That was kind of loud, but sorry. Not sorry. Kind of sorry. But keep checking things. Keep an eye out on the YouTube channel. Hopefully I'm showing up in everybody's subscription. If not, try to figure out how to make that happen, I guess, or just keep track of the Facebook page. Like I said, I will be setting up a Twitter at some point, but that's another thing for me to work on. Again, thank you everyone, and I will catch you all next time.